back. 8 women and children from a Central American caravan have entered US territory today to seek asylum. It comes after a month-long journey through Mexico that drew President Donald Trump's wrath. Most of the claims by Central American asylum seekers are ultimately unsuccessful. It results in their detention and deportation. The Trump administration says many asylum claims are fake, aided by loopholes in the law. But his administration's hands are tied by international rules obliging the US to accept asylum applications. Now, on Sunday, the caravan of hundreds of Central America asylum seekers rallied at the US-Mexico border in Tijuana in a bid to pressure the US government to accept their claims. Hundreds climbed the barbed wire fence, separating them from a new life on American soil to protest US immigration policy. US President Trump tweeting that the migrant caravan openly defies North America's borders, and it shows how weak and ineffective US immigration laws are. President-elect of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, Anastasia Tonello, joins me now from New York. Anastasia, a pleasure to have you with us. Talk us through, under United States immigration law, what kind of rights these asylum seekers have once they enter US territory?
So these asylum seekers, and that's exactly what they are, have the right to present their case on entry. So a Customs and Border Protection officer needs to hear their story and make a determination whether they have a credible claim of fear, and then refer their case to an immigration judge to take the next steps. The asylum process is a very long, drawn-out process, and as you mentioned, the chances of success are not very high, but they do vary dramatically with representation from, if they can find representation from a qualified lawyer. So
your claim is that these people are in fact asylum seekers. What kind of situations are these people fleeing from?
The precise situations that the American policies have created. Many of the gangs in this part of the world are created as a result of the deportations of criminals back to those countries. So you have drug dealers, you do have people who serve time in many of the large penitentiaries in the United States who are now back and are facilitating these trades and these criminal activities. They have very violent governments, they have unstable governments, and they have situations where, especially the women and children, often have no recourse or protection.
Now, the Trump administration says that many of these asylum claims are fake and they're just aided by loopholes in the law. What do you say to that?
The mere term loophole is to me ludicrous. It is the law, and if the law has areas that are not as well defined as others, then it's absolutely within the realm of the department to publish regulations to change the way these rules are interpreted or change their policies. These aren't loopholes. This is the law. And not only do we have domestic law, we have these international treaties which require the U.S. to deal with these claims as they're presented at the border.
Now, what happens to the remainder of these people? Because as it stands, only 8 women and children have been taken into custody to have their asylum claims processed.
Well, I mean, this is more of the same from this administration, where they're just any type of legal immigration benefit is getting dramatically slowed down, and this is just another example of that. We've had plenty of warning, and this isn't a new thing. This event actually happens annually as part of more as a protest, but other people do come on and actually do seek asylum as part of it. The government has to process these claims. These people are presenting themselves at the border. If they have credible claims for asylum, those have to be listened to. And this is U.S. law. This is the rule of law. They're entitled to due process.
All right, very briefly, how is what these people are facing once they enter US soil perhaps different to what's happening, say, in Germany to Syrian refugees fleeing from their homes?
You know, I don't know enough about the German system, but the U.S. System can, as I say, drag out for many, many years. There's a lot of uncertainty. There can be many requirements for checking in. Some applicants will have ankle bracelets, so their movements will be limited. They may get work authorization, but that can take a long time as well. You know, they're really going through a difficult process. They are escaping horrific conditions in their home countries, and we're now equating them to, you know, they're trying to revolt by coming to the United States. They're just seeking help, and as a first world country, we were able to provide that.